Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me today as we continue our series on the Pythagorean triangle and your personal six-pointed star. I apologize beforehand for my harsh voice, and if I clear it, I'm certainly going to do the best that I can not to have it affect getting this video out, which I think is so important. Here we are on video number 10 in our series, and today we are going to cover number 6, which, as many of you know, is right in the center of the mind plane next to number 3 and 6. It is a powerful number, and it sits on the top apex of the fire triangle of the Pythagorean triangles. And today what we're going to be doing is discussing the characteristics, the qualities and properties of number 6. The indicators of not having a number 6 in your star, and also other areas to consider. And of course, we will go through each individual meaning of the number of 6s that you have in the star. Now, number 6 is said to be emotional in nature. And as we are now only 3 more numbers away from completing the 9 basic numbers in numerology, it's very important for all of us to know that there is now greater emphasis on the individual to choose, to balance, and also to take into account all that is at stake in their individual charts. So, because it is sitting between number 3, which we will say is memory, the past, it is reflective, it is on the feminine pillar, and number 9, which is idealistic and ambitious and sitting on the masculine active pillar, then 6 brings in that harmonic blend of the two, the creative glue, the conduit, if you will, of these two different forces together, and therefore they achieve greater insight and balance. So also let's look at the shape of the number 6, and it indicates almost like a backbone, a strength. It is the only number other than number 1, which is very vertical, and number 8, which is very balanced, that faces the direction of the right side. Number 3, number 2, 4, 5, 7, and 9 face the direction left in the way they are created and in the way they are positioned. In hindsight, it is said that 6 will turn its back on adversity, will take into consideration the forces and be able to hunker down and weather the storm. So you can see right there the power of number 6. It is also the number of creation. The world was created on the 6th day, and God rested on the 7th. It's also said to be the most productive number. So, those of you who are fortunate enough to have a number 6 in your chart, there you go. There is wonderful benefits to having this number. The other thing that is important to consider is Pythagoras gave this number the planet Venus, the planet of love, and what that mythology or the lesson to do that is also psychologically based, in that as we live our lives and experience temporal love, emotional love, the pain, the sorrows, the joys of living with love and compassion for others. That in that sorrow, there is a striking of a deeper understanding where the individual, through their deep pain of losing someone they love, connects with the soul, their deeper purpose here on earth. And from that, there is a personal identification and growth in understanding their path in life. So with that said, let's go ahead and go a little deeper now and share with you all the information that I have that will help you understand greater the power of the number 6 and how you are affected by either having one or not having one in your chart. Number 6 is harmony. It is service. Pythagoras dedicated Venus, the goddess of human love, to this number. Aspects. It represents social consciousness. Remember, we are up here in the mind plane, that consciousness, and the 6 is social in nature, so it is dependable, or it is considerate. Now, if you have one single 6, you are family oriented, a person who takes pride in all things domestic, fair, just, and service-oriented, as I said previously. They seek to be helpful and giving of their time, and if asked, even their advice. They may express their creative side in interior design, landscaping, writing of children's books. They're great homemakers, woodworkers, everything having to do with a happy home, a family life, security for the community, making sure everyone is safe, everything, there's justice served. So 6 is a very harmonic, balanced number to have. If you have 2 number 6, you tend to have a busy, inquisitive mind. The individual may find listening intensively difficult. How they were raised as children play heavily in how they themselves parent. Double 6 individuals can vacillate from joy to excessive worry without probable cause. Learning to quiet the mind, their irritations, and not overreact can help achieve a more balanced approach to situations for individuals with 2 number 6. Now, if you have 3 number 6, you see that I put a small little asterisk. That is an indication that at this point, the emotions, the mind are at work very heavily, and now we have the emotional nature coming out of balance with 3 number 6. The creative tendency of this number usually becomes erotic. There is a tendency to be bogged down with too much information or frivolous detail. They may be overly protective of loved ones, setting strict rules, shifting or stifling others' creative nature and their own individuality, letting them be who they are. It's important that these individuals find an outlet and turn their focus more on themselves and their personal interest instead of the family unit, others, whether they employees or friends or co-workers. Okay. If you have 4 number 6s, this is rare. Now, the individual is burdened with confusion of mind and emotions. They often feel responsible for fixing the problems they encounter. And forgive me here, we're going to continue with the 4 6s. Even if there is no connection, so there's somewhat busybodies, their anxiety levels over time often affect their physical, mental, and emotional nature. There's a tendency to talk excessively, complainers who fear the worst. As children, feel misunderstood, often struggling to fit in, but with understanding parental love and encouraging guidance, continuous guidance from parents, many mature into adulthood using newfound tools to express the creative force in a productive manner. So, what I'd like to say here with the 4 number 6, if these individuals are born in the family where there is healthy parental guidance in understanding the makeup of this dynamic energy in the child, and directed properly, and given self-assurance, and shown ways of expressing itself constructively, then the person can grow up quite normal and use this ability in a very constructive way. Okay, missing a number 6 in your Pythagorean triangle. Of all the numbers that can be missing in a grid, the missing 6 is a strong indicator of a difficult home life and family dynamics. Often parents are in disharmony and focusing independently of their children. 6, I want to make sure you can see this here. Yes, 6 corresponds to the father and or father figure and how the communication and interaction with his family occurred. The relationship between parents had a significant role in how the adult child will choose their own partners. So you can see this is psychologically heavy right here. Those individuals must consciously seek healthy boundaries in all relationships. The possibility of an absentee father, abandonment issues are often indicated here as well. They need to employ, now the individual that does not have a number 6 does well to employ the power of the other numbers in their chart, and having a number 3 is enormously beneficial. Balance is often obtained in adult life and with their own children. So there is a reconciliation. There is an understanding of the dysfunction from which the child may have been born into. And there is a correction in understanding what may have occurred in their let's say, important young years of seeing the interactions between 2 loving parents or dysfunctional parents. Often Oftentimes, the child may become the adult child in the dynamics of the family relationship if there was a lot of dysfunction. So having positive and supportive friendships, loving mates and partners can help release this personal insecurities. All right, so again, we have to look at the whole chart. Now, other influences that are going to temper and bring in some of that energy of a 6 vibration. You heard me say earlier, having a 3 is enormously beneficial. You have a number 6 life path number, you're good to go. You have a Taurus or Libra sun sign or rising sign. Having a life path number 3 will then give you the benefit number 6. If you are born on a Friday and have a 3 in your chart. All right, everyone, that's going to conclude this section of part 10 in our Pythagoras triangle. I understand if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me and leave some comments. Hoping you're enjoying this series, everyone. Again, thanks for joining me. Much love. Bye for now.